And we're here today to launch a project that is directly related to one of the biggest challenges our city currently faces, getting New Yorkers the skills they need to get a good job. This is a stunning number in my opinion, but there are 1.6 million New Yorkers who are old enough to have a high school diploma and don't have a high school diploma. About 1.3 million people who are not literate. If we're going to build a world-class, homegrown workforce, the kind that provides quality employees for businesses, but more importantly, provides New Yorkers the opportunity to get a good job they can support themselves and their families on. If we're going to do that, New York City government and New York State government agencies and the nonprofit community have to do what we're doing today. Come together to find solutions to what stands in the way of these 1.6 million people getting a GED and 1.3 million people learning to read. And you don't have to go through the statistics to understand why it's important to have a GED. It's hard to get a job in New York City today if you have 6 PhDs. Hello? If you don't have a GED, you are really, really at a tremendous, tremendous disadvantage. We have a lot of New Yorkers who are out there working incredibly hard in 2-3 jobs because they don't have a GED and can't get that one job that could actually help them support their family. But even in the face of this reality, which everybody understands, and this staggering number of 1.6 million New Yorkers, less than 2% of the people who need a GED, less than 2% actually take the GED test every year. That's one of the reasons why we in the City Council have committed to getting New Yorkers, more New Yorkers, to take the GED test and to make sure that those who do take it have the skills to pass the test. Because a place where we are leading, which none of us want to be leading, across the country, is in the failure rate on the GED. We have a system where there is no structure in place that requires people to do prep or preparatory work before you take the GED. So you know that dream you have over and over where you're in the final exam and you haven't gone to class? That's our protocol that we have in place here. Obviously one that is not helping people get what they need to get through this test. We also have a process in place right now where you hear reports of people calling and signing up to take the GED test. They'll call numerous sites to make sure there is a seat for them. But then they'll obviously only go to one site. So if you've called after I've called my 3rd site, there may not be any more openings at that site. But then you're going to show up on the day of the test or the class, and there will be vacancies. Because in fact, in some people's desire to get the test, they sign and the prep, they sign up in extra places. That's a terrible way to manage the limited capacity we have to meet the needs of these 1.6 million New Yorkers. So that's why we are very excited to announce today the launch of the GED Compass. I just want to say the GED Compass, although I'm announcing the launch of it, it is really the brainchild of Elyse and everybody at the Literacy Assistance Center. We just were smart enough to have a good idea and to have appropriated it and put our name on it. So I really want to thank all of you. I also want to
a lot of help in that. A lot of heart.
Also want to thank the Department of Education and the New York Community Trust and our other funding partners who stand with us today who have made this GED Compass a reality. This website has been about a year in the making, and it took that long because we wanted to make sure we got it right. Because the last thing those 1.6 million New Yorkers need is another promise to help them get the GED more easily and then to have that promise fall flat. We believe it'll greatly improve and increase test enrollment and help connect more students with the critical prep services that can help them pass the test more easily and more quickly.